Are you overwhelmed trying to think about how to smartly spend your money in retirement? I'm going to give you a simple framework to help guide you in building a retirement spending plan. I'm Larry Pershing, founder of Optimum Retirement Planning. While giving advice on over $60 million of assets to folks near and in retirement, three key factors kept jumping out at me for smart retirement spending. They are, how much are you going to spend in retirement? Two, which accounts are you going to spend money from? And three, which investment strategy do you have to fund that spending? Let's break it all down in a little bit more detail. Okay, so first off, how much are we going to spend? This is a question that needs to get answered by a retirement income plan. So you need to come up with one that usually involves using some long-term projections. Financial professionals use retirement planning software, Monte Carlo simulations. There's a lot of different ways to do this, but essentially you need to have some retirement income plan that's going to tell you, okay, based on all my income sources, resources, how much can I spend? I am a big fan of the retirement income guardrail or bumper strategy. These kind of give you spending limits based on your portfolio value. So for example, if you have $2 million in your portfolio drops to $1.5 million, you may have to take a $750 a month spending cut. Or if your portfolio jumps to 2.5, you get a spending increase. Just examples I've made up off the top of my head. Second part of essential retirement spending is what account you're going to take money from. Now, this is primarily a tax question. Okay, so first question is kind of answered by a retirement plan. Second one's a tax question because depending on which account you take money out of, you're going to have different tax consequences. So 4 different basic account types. We have Roth IRAs, money taken out of them can be tax-free. Traditional IRA, money taken out of it is usually fully taxable. And then we have non-qualified or non-retirement accounts, joint taxable accounts. And depending on what investments are in there, that's going to determine the tax consequences of taking money out of that account. If you just have cash sitting in it, usually there's no tax consequences. And lastly, HSA accounts, which depending on the type of spending you're doing, is going to impact the tax impact of taking money out of that. So for example, if you take $10,000 on a traditional IRA, you're going to have to pay taxes on that $10,000. You take $10,000 of a Roth IRA and you follow the withdrawal rules, that's all tax-free income to you. This decision is going to be primarily based on tax reasons why you pull money out of which account. This can have a large impact on your retirement plan because the order in which you take money out of your accounts can really increase or decrease your taxes in retirement over time. You're going to want professional help with this. Get a CPA who understands this really well. Get a certified financial planner, ding, 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 who knows their stuff about this. Want to make that clear. Last thing to talk about is how you're going to fund the spending, okay? And that's going to be with investments. So now we're getting the investment piece. There's many different ways to fund your retirement spending. And I just want to be really clear. This is a different idea than which account you're going to take money from, okay? Now, just because you take money from one account doesn't mean you actually need to use the investments in that account to fund the spending. I know that is a bold assumption. I don't have time today to talk about and back it up, but we will cover it in a future video. There are also many different retirement income investing strategies. I think on the one hand, you can play it really safe and buy guaranteed sources of income. You have income investing, and then you have kind of total return investing. There's many different ways to do it. Just know that there's a lot of different retirement or investing strategies. They all can kind of take you to the same place, okay? So it's just kind of what's right for your situation. The last point I want to make about all this is that what makes this so darn complicated is that all 3 of these factors are interconnected. So your investment strategy is going to determine how much you can spend, which ties into your retirement income plan. And then also to your investment strategy can determine which accounts you're going to take money from, because some accounts, depending on the investments that are inside of them, that's going to influence whether you want to take money from it or not. And of course, the different types of accounts you have and the order in which you take money from those accounts is going to impact the taxes you pay, which is going to have an impact on your retirement plan, so on and so forth. You can see it gets pretty complicated. If you're feeling overwhelmed, I'd advise you get help from a professional. We will dig into each of these topics more in the future. Hope that's helpful. Subscribe if you like this. Happy retiring.